Hi everyone, and welcome back. Today I'm here with less so a video concept and more of an absolute need. All of my library books are due this week, but most of them are due in the next like 3 days. So I'm gonna see how many of those I can crack out. So I have the rule book, which is the companion book to the cheat sheet. It's kind of like the next one, but it's not like necessary to read the cheat sheet to read the rule book. Not necessary to read the cheat sheet to read the rule book. That's due in 2 days. It's an audiobook and I'm 34% of the way done. So I really gotta do that. I also due in 3 days is the 12-week year, which honestly is a very low priority. It's also an audiobook. When I placed a hold on this book, I'm not quite sure why, but for some reason it was just like super important to me. I also have the 17-hour audiobook Mile High, and lastly I have It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. So I got to get these done, and we're gonna see if I can successfully do them before they're due, because none of them are gonna let me renew them because I've waited for them for a long time. So the rule book, that is what I'm listening to. I have 7 hours left of it, but I'm listening to it at 1.95 speed, so 2 times speed. I have some A&W. I have a chicken burger with me, and I'm going to eat my dinner while I listen to the rule book. And then afterwards, I have a lot of personal admin stuff, even though I just came home from work. So I got some things to do, and hopefully, honestly, like maybe we could do it tonight. It's 5 p.m. The clock is starting, so let's see what we can get done.
Pick a movie, I'll pick you up, we'll go eat sushi.
Why is that so crazy, Nathaniel? What?
Oh.
What? Oh my god, no way, guys.
Okay, I just hit 40%, and I've hit a really high point. The main characters got super drunk, and they don't remember anything that happened, and they're slowly figuring out what happened last night. They were a little crazy. Not the crazy that you would think. No, so I'm like really invested, because that's like, my face legit went when I heard the next part of the story. Also, this book very much gives Jerry Maguire energy, in my opinion. It's about a sports agent, and her ex-college boyfriend is now the player on this football team called the Sharks, and she gets put with him, you know, as her first client ever, and he is not going to make it easy for her because he didn't know that that was who his new agent was going to be. He doesn't like it because she broke up with him, and so it's obviously different, but it has the same like vibe in terms of like the plot and stuff, but it's a really funny book. So very much rom-com. I love Sarah Adams. Apparently this one has spice in it, the cheat sheet doesn't, so you know, I'll update you.
Or we'll go downtown with our best moves, we can boogie. Oh my, we both look so fly, like sweet apple pie. Yeah, they want a piece of us. My, oh my, when we drive on by, they just can't deny. Yeah, they wanna be like us. Na, 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 na.
We are heading to my favorite cafe ever, and I brought my Kobo because I'm gonna start reading It Ends With Us. I did get 50% into the audiobook though, of the rule book. And so we're switching to the It Starts With Us book, which took me a long time to figure out how to download onto my Kobo because it's been a while, but that's what we're doing. Okay.
My, oh my, we both look so fly, like sweet apple pie. Yeah, they want a piece of us. My, oh my, when we drive on by, they just can't deny. Yeah, they wanna be like us. Na, 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 na. let them think that we are crazy when we drive around in our Mercedes. We're out all night or at home lazy.
Okay, so the start of this book, really funny, and I love it. But my main priority is obviously the rule book. So I'm gonna stay up late. It's 9 p.m. I'm gonna stay up late, and because I don't have work tomorrow, finally, I am going to listen to the rule book and I'm gonna crochet. If you've been looking at any part of my social media recently, you'll know that I'm crocheting a blanket, and it's my like first ever big crochet project. And look at this new basket and how cute. This is where we're at right now, and you know, let's see what we can get done while we're listening to this. I'm not sure how late I'll stay up, but I'm hoping to stay up like somewhat late.
We're living like we're in the 80s. My oh my, we both look so fly, like sweet apple pie. Yeah, they want a piece of us. My oh my, when we drive on by, they just can't deny. Yeah, they wanna be like us.
Alright, good morning everyone. So I am 83% of the way through the rule book. I have an hour and 50 minutes left, and so that basically means I'm totally gonna get it done today, which is good because it's due today. So I just have a little bit of stuff to do around the house, and I'm gonna listen to that, and I'm listening to it on like 2x speed. So I think it should only take me an hour to do, which is super exciting. I have my new-ish headphones. I think my mom is going to be also listening to an audiobook, and she's doing some organizing in the office. So maybe we can do this together. What is that? Are you shaming me right now? No. I was organizing yesterday. No, this is what's happening. I'm obviously done. That was really, really, really cute. Obviously, as romance books go, they can, you know, be a little bit on the cringe side sometimes, but this one wasn't super cringe. I thought it was like adorable, and the ending was really nice, and I loved it, and I'm gonna give it 4 stars. It's not a book I'm probably gonna be thinking about all the time, but I really enjoyed the whole experience. Sometimes authors who write books like these, where it's like part of the same like world or sports team or something like that, but obviously it's different characters, you know, sometimes it can feel very copy and paste with like personalities and characters and storylines. But I think this one did a good job of really making me feel like these were really different people to Nathan and Bree from the cheat sheet, as, you know, really giving me Derek and Nora, like different people, different lives, different jobs, different circumstances. I am probably going to start the 5-week year today, and I'm definitely going to continue. It starts with us today. And then you left in a line that I really think you of keeping in, because I said in it, and it was like, you read the card and it was like, I really want to keep it in, but it's finally time to whip out the fall creamer. Mom picked this up, right Mom? Yeah. All right, so it is now 5 p.m. I have spent the entire time since I last chatted to you editing one video, and that is the RV to BAM vlog, and I'm so happy with it, but it has taken a lot of time, and it's time for me to take a break. The video is currently exporting to YouTube, so there's nothing I can do on my iPad, and I'm going to fold some laundry, and I'm going to start the 5-week year by, I'm not sure, I think his name's Brian, but it's going to be on the screen, so here. And I feel like in the first 30 minutes I'm going to very easily be able to tell if like it's worth continuing or not, because it seems like it can be very hit or miss, and I don't quite remember why I
loaned it from the library, but apparently Pasmia really was interested in it. So we're gonna just try and see what she was thinking. Okay, also I don't think I've mentioned this, but the 5-week year is due in 2 days, so thought I'd put that out there. Good morning, everyone. I have been decluttering a lot of spaces in my bathroom and in my closet. I actually just took a bunch of clothes, put them in a garbage bag, and I'm ready to donate them. And I am now 26% of the way through the 12-week year. So far, it's feeling pretty textbooky. It's kind of hard listening to it as an audiobook because they talk a lot about like how to schedule your time in different blocks, and a lot of them I know about, right? You've got productivity blocks, you also buffer blocks, and I have taken just like a few notes just for when I talk about the book as a whole when I'm done. But I did stop to listen to music because it was pretty dense and it wasn't like the most captivating thing ever. But we are going to try and continue. We're going to try and get it done because it is due today. So let's just try and knock it out. Hey guys, I'm not sure if I have shared this yet, but when I went to Banff and in Canmore, they have this really cute bookstore and I got this shirt that says romance reader on it. I also have my Starbucks. I have a chai latte, and I'm basically here to tell you about me finishing the 12-week year. These are my notes. As you can see, this book very much could have been an email, and there's not a lot to share, but I'm going to share with you what I took away from it. And I definitely think there was some great insights. A lot of it was common sense, and a lot of it seemed like there should be a workbook attached to it, and there was a lot of like calls to action with your own calendar. The first thing was that if you have annual goals, which I make myself annual goals all the time, I think it's super popular, you know, New Year's resolutions, but also just goals in your business, your academic life, your personal life. A lot of them kind of end on December 31st, or like you have in 2024, I want to do this. And they were basically saying how having annual goals gives you an illusion of time where you never really care about the goal until it hits December. And they explain this through a very business lens about, you know, meeting certain quotas and stuff, and how, you know, productivity really ramps up at the end of the year. But if you have lots of points in the year where it's the end of the year or the end of this portion of time, each day is, you know, meaningful, and it makes each day more meaningful. And I understand this from a semester point of view, where semesters are like about 13 weeks plus an exam period. What surprised me about this book was that it wasn't all about like being super productive. It was like, yeah, you want to have more opportunities to relax, right? Because people usually relax after those periods. You want to have more times to celebrate success and be successful. So you want more opportunities to see that growth. That's pretty much it. This is my trash can. I'm going to be reading It Starts With Us today, and I am reading this at the point where the Colleen Hoover, Blake Lively, and Justin Baldoni drama is at its peak. So I honestly don't know if this is really great timing to be reading this book, because it's not a great time for any of these. Well, Justin's having a fine time, but I feel like I'm contributing to this drama and these toxic people. I want to experience the book, and I wish that Colleen Hoover was not the one who wrote it, but also I'm worried that Colleen's gonna have put stuff in this book that's gonna be not great. But we're gonna go for it. We're gonna read it, and we're gonna read it and just see what happens, because I did enjoy the book It Ends With Us. Literally the opening lines of this book was like, this is a thank you gift for readers for making It Ends With Us go so viral. And so apparently Atlas and Lily, those characters, have a much easier time at life in this book than they did in the first book. So hopefully we'll get that. Hopefully it's gonna be a relaxing time. You guys, I'm obsessed. I need them to be so happy, and I need Ryle to literally fall off the face of the earth. Okay, so I'm actually about to walk to my friend's work and pick her up, and we're actually going to play some pickleball. But of course, on the way, I'm going to listen to the audiobook, and I'm going to be starting Mile High, and that's due pretty soon. So I need to finish that, but it's a bit of a longer audiobook, so we're going to see how that goes. My mom recently finished that and gave it raving reviews, so we're very hopeful. Okay, is it just me, or is it a little weird that we get to know all of Atlas's thoughts about Lily? Because he is talking about his problems to a 12-year-old who he jokes is his therapist. And this 12-year-old is his employee's kid. Is that just me? You guys, he wrote her a letter, and if you've read the first book, you know how significant this is. And I don't think I'm gonna be okay. Okay, it's 9:30 p.m. and although I almost fell asleep, this book is like not Fire Flames because there was literally zero plot. But what if I finish tonight? You know what I'm saying? I think Bo was in it for the long haul. I have a few thoughts, and I just want to know what Colleen Hoover was thinking when she chose like the absolute most random things that she could have done. It's giving Gilmore Girls like season 6 or whatever the season is. If you know, you definitely know. I only have 4 hours left according to my Kobo, which is like really crazy because I'm a slow reader and I'm less than halfway. I just need Ryle to like just fall off that balcony because I just can't deal with him. I can't deal with his problems. I can't deal with I can't. And I just need him to go away. Okay, I just read the line. They're everywhere, which is probably why I've thought about Lily every day since I was 18. But that could also be because I still, to this day, feel like I owe her my life. Okay. I forgot that he was 18 and she had just turned 16. But like for most of their relationship was 15. And I honestly can't with that. That's just not even, I have nothing to say except I really wish Colleen had just aged her up. You know what I'm saying? Just aged her up. The fact that neither of these two are freaking out about this major life event is quite astounding. Okay, good morning everyone. I did not finish the book last night, but I have 1 hour left, which I'm going to power through while I have my breakfast. And Atlas just said that if someone was in a similar situation that he was in when he was growing up, that he would suggest this book. No. There are 1,000 more books that would be more helpful. That's all. Let's power through. Okay, I was waiting for the "it starts with this" line, just like the "it ends with this" line, and it's kind of perfect, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. I feel like Marshall's my favorite character. Chapter 37 because I feel like it's gonna be something. Okay, so far Atlas is not doing good. Imagine saying, we can't guarantee that the words we stand here and promise one another today won't end up in the file of a divorce lawyer a few years down the road. Imagine that's in your wedding vows. Okay, the only part that was good was, "It is my wish for you to be my fish," as an homage to Theo. That is the only good part of that. That was like kind of bad. I'm kind of embarrassed for him. Awesome. Okay, good morning everyone. I am here with some frightening news, which is Mile High, which I'm about 46% through. It is due in 8 hours. And my Libby app says that at the rate that I'm currently reading, I will finish in 5 hours and 54 minutes, which means I pretty much barely have any time to not be listening to this. And so that's what we're doing. I'm gonna try and bump it up even more because I'm listening to it at 1.8 and I think I'm gonna move it to 2. And so we're just gonna do a ton of random stuff around the house to pass the time because this is like #1 priority right now. And let's go.
And slapped over her mouth trying to cover her giggle.
Attempting to pull the dirty fleece blanket out from underneath him, the big guy rolls on.
We have officially finished Mile High, and I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. It was pretty good. I am super used to reading my super fluffy romance books with like maybe 1 spice scene. So like I'm not complaining about it, but like it was a different experience with this book. So it was good, and I finished it 2 hours before it was due, which is absolutely insane. But obviously I was willing to put in the work for this one, which says something. However, I wasn't like over the top, like obsessed, like need to tell everyone to read this book. It was just like good. Honestly, like I'm kind of struggling to have thoughts because I have spent so long just like listening to it. But I did finish It Starts With Us, and I never really spoke about it when I finished it. And so my thoughts are pretty much, I understand why a lot of people hate this book, and it's because it has 0 plot and it's just vibes. But also Colleen said she never planned on making a follow-up book to It Ends With Us, and she was only doing this as like kind of like a entertainment like for us. And it did kind of read like if someone wrote fan fiction for like after the first book had finished. However, I personally didn't have a problem with that because I was super invested in the story and I really like the direction it ended up going in. And I think that this was honestly more about Atlas than Lily. It was very much like Atlas's book. Like, of course Lily's a part of that, but it felt like his moment and we got to read his perspective, which was really nice. And so yeah, I get why people like didn't like it, but I read this book so fast. Like I was glued to my Kobo, and I personally found it to be super entertaining the whole time, and so I gave that one 4 stars as well. I think I gave It Ends With Us 5 stars, but this one only gets a 4 for me just because there was no plot, and I do, you know, enjoy when my books have plot. Yeah, so that has been me trying to read all of my library books before they're due, and we were super successful. I actually didn't think I was going to be successful, but I read all 4 of them. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and hopefully I'll see you in another vlog very soon. Bye!